Here I start to tell how to find out volume of cubes. If you take any cube, there they give first they have given the side length. Here they have given the side length as 1 unit. If the side length of this cube is 1 unit, then length, breadth, height, all of them becomes 1 units. You need to find out what's the volume of the cube. You can do it out. Volume of the cube can be written as a cube. That means here the side length is 1 units, so it is 1 cube. 1 cube means 1 times of 1 times of 1. 1 times of 1 remains 1. Again 1 times of 1 becomes 1. So it is 1 cubic units is the volume of this cube. Let's take another cube, and in this cube they have given the volume of the cube. They have given the side length of the cube to be 2 units. When the side length is 2 units, you need to find out what's the volume of the cube. Therefore, when the side length is 2 units, you can find it out volume of the cube as a cube, that is 2 cube. You can write 2 cube as nothing but 2 times of 2 times of 2. 2 times of 2 is 4, 4 times of 2 is 8, so it is 8 cubic units. And let's take out another cube. In this cube, they have given the volume of the cube as equal to 5. The side length of this cube is all sides are 5 units, length, breadth, and height. So here also you can find out the volume of the cube as a cube. That means here this is the side length, which is 5 units. It is 5 cube. You can write it as 5 times of 5 times of 5. 5 times of 5 is 25. 25 times of 5 is 125. So it becomes 125 cubic units is the volume of this cube. Let's take out another one. Here in this cube they have given like this, and in this cube they have given the side length of these cubes is 7 unit. Length is 7 unit, breadth is 7 unit, and height is also 7 units. You need to find out what's the volume. So in this cube the side length is edge length is 7 units. Cube volume of the cube means edge length whole cube. Here the edge length is 7 units, so it becomes 7 cube. 7 cube you can also write it as 7 times of 7 times of 7. 7 times of 7 is 49, and 49 times of 7, 50 times of 7 is 350 minus 7, that going to become equal to 343. So this completely equal to 343 cubic units is the volume of this cube. Let's take one more cube. In this cube they have given all the sides, all the edges of the cube as this 10 units. Now you need to find out what's the volume of the cube. Here also you can do in the same way. The volume of the cube, you need to find it out. The side length is edge length is 10 units. Volume of the cube can be written as a cube, that is edge length times of cube. That means here it is 10 cube. 10 cube is nothing but 10 times of 10 times of 10. 10 times of 10 is 100. 100 times of 10, 1000. So this is going to become 1000 cubic units is the volume of this cube. Let's take another one. Now let's find out the surface areas of different cubes. This is surface areas. First let's take the simple cube. If you take this simple cube, you need to find out what's the surface area of this cube. Here all the edges are 1 units. You can find out the surface. A cube going to have 6 surfaces, so the surface area of the cube can be written as equal to 6 times a square. A square gives area of one surface, and 6 times of that gives complete surface area. Here edge length is 1 units, so it going to become 6 times of edge length 1 units, so 1 square. 1 square is 1 times of 1, which remains as 1, so it is 6 times of 1. 6 times of 1 is 6 units, so 6 square units is the surface area of this cube. Let's take next cube to find out surface area. And in this cube, they have given all edges of the cube as two, 2 units. Length, breadth, height, all of the cube remains 2 units. So you need to find out what's the surface area of the cube. You can find it out by the same formula, that is 6a square. Here it is 6 times of, this is the side length, edge length, which is 2 units, 2 square. 2 square means you can write it as 2 times of 2, which remains as 4. So it is 6 times of 4. 6 times of 4 is 24. So it becomes 24 square units is the surface area of this cube. Let's take another cube. And in this cube, they have given like this. And here they have given all the edges of the cube as 5 units. When all the edges are 5 units, you need to find out what's the surface area. Here also same way, edge length is 5 units. Surface area means 6a square. Here it is nothing but 6 times of edge length is 5 units, so it becomes 5 square. 5 square is nothing but 5 times of 5. 5 times of 5 is 25, so this is 6 times of 25. 6 times of 25 is 150. 150 square units is the complete surface area of this cube. Let's take the next cube. Here you can take it like this. That is, in this cube they have given all the edges of the cube as this, not 5 units, afterwards 7 units. When all the edges are 7 units of this cube, here also you need to find out what's the surface area of the cube. When the edge length is 7 units, you can find it out. Surface area of the cube as 6a square. That means here the edge length is 7 units, so you're going to get it as 6 times of 7 square. 7 square, you can find it here. 7 times of 7, which becomes 49. So this is 6 times of 49. 6 times of 49, it is easy. 6 times of 50, which is 6 times of 5, 300. And 6 times of 1, 6. So minus 6, which is 294. So this complete volume of the cube is, surface area of the cube is 294 square units. All surfaces of the cube's area if you found out. Let's take one more cube. In this cube, they have given like this. The edge length of this cube, they have given us 10 units. When the edge length is 10 units, all length, breadth, height going to be 10 units. So you need to find out what's the surface area of this cube. Here the edge length is 10 units. So you can find out the surface area of the cube as 6a square. Here it is, side length is 10 units. So it becomes 6 times of 10 square. Now you need to find out what is this one. That is 10 square means 10 times of 10, which becomes 100. So this is 6 times of 100, that give rise to 6 times of 100 is 600. This is 600 square units is the complete surface area of this cube. Let's take next shape. Next shape is cuboid in shape. In cuboid shape, you're going to find it out like this. They have given a cuboid shape. Here the length is 1 unit, breadth is 2 unit, and the height is 3 units. You need to find out what's the volume of the cuboid. Volume of the cuboid can be found out as length times of breadth times of height. Here the length is 1 units times of the breadth, which is 3 units, times of, this is the height, which is 2 units. So it is times of 2. 1 times of 3 is 3. 3 times of 2 is 6. So 6 cubic units is the volume of this cuboid. Let's take one more cuboid. And in this cuboid, they have given like this cuboid as. Here in this cuboid, you need to find out. Here they have given length as 1 unit, height as 1 unit, and breadth as 5 units. Here also you need to find out what's the volume of the cuboid. Volume of the cuboid, you can find it out as length times of breadth times of height. Here, this is the length, which is 1 units times of, this is the breadth, which is 5 units times of, this is the height, which is 1 units. 1 times of 5 is 5, 5 times of 1 again 5, so 5 cubic units is the volume of this cuboid. Let's take another one cuboid, and in this cuboid you can take it out. Here they have given the this one, that is in this cuboid. If you take this one, in this cuboid they have given length as 1 units and breadth as 2 unit, and height and breadth all of them are 2 units. Here you need to find out what is this one, that is volume of the cuboid. Here also the volume of the cuboid can be founded out as length times of breadth times of height. Here this is the length, which is 1 units times of, this is the breadth, which is 2 units times of, this is the height, which is also 2 units. You can multiply this. 1 times of 2 is 2, 2 times of 2 is 4. So this becomes 4 cubic units is the volume of this cuboid. Let's take one more cuboid. Here in this cuboid they have given like this, that is you need to find out even here what's the volume of the cuboid. That is length is 1 units, breadth is 5 unit, and height, breadth is 10 units, height is 5 units. Here also what's the volume, you can find it out. Volume of the cuboid as length times of breadth times of height. That going to give rise to, this is the length, which is 1 units times of, this is the breadth, which is 10 units times of, this is the perpendicular height, which is 5 units. 1 times of 10 is 10, 10 times of 5 is 50. So 50 cubic units is the volume of this cuboid. Let's take the final cuboid, and in this final cuboid they have given like this, that is here they have given this side length as 1 units and this side length as 2 unit and this side length as 10 unit 5 units. You need to find out what's the volume of the cuboid again. Volume of the cuboid you can write it as length times of breadth times of height. So here also it remains, this is length, which is 1 units times of, this is breadth, which is 5 units times of, this is height, which is 2 units. 1 times of 5 is 5, 5 times of 2 10, so 10 cubic units is the volume of this cuboid. I going to tell some of the problems. Here I tell about circles. Now let's take this circle. This circle they call this one as the radius of the circle. That is, this is the center of the circle and all the points of the circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. So you going to call this one as the radius of the circle. Then 2 times of the radius, it going to become diameter of the circle. And if you join any 2 points on the circle, this going to give rise to chord of the circle. This chord, when keep on expanding, it becomes the diameter of the circle. This complete circle, if you find out the length of the perimeter, it is known as perimeter of the circle, and total area it swaps is called area of the circle. Let's find out what is the sphere. Sphere is a ball. If you take a ball shape, it is known as the sphere. It is also same way, it going to have the radius. If you take radius as 1 units, let's find out what's the volume of the sphere. Sphere you can find out the volume as 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius. You can do it out as 4 by 3 times of pi times of, here the radius is 1 units, so you going to write it as 1 cube. Now 1 cube means 1 times of 1 times of 1. 1 times of 1 is 1. Again 1 times of 1 is 1. So this remains as 4 by 3 pi cubic units. The surface area of this sphere, you can write it as 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square means 4 times of pi times of, this is the radius, which is 1 units, 1 square. Now this 1 square you can write it as 1 times of 1, which is 1. So 4 times of pi square units, that is the 4 pi square units, is the complete surface area of this sphere. Now let's take another one problem. Here I going to tell about another one circle. In this circle they have given the radius as 1 units. Here you need to find out what's the area of the circle when radius is 1 units. You can do it out. Area of the circle as pi r square. That means pi times of, here radius is 1 units, 1 square. 1 square means it becomes 1 pi square units is the actual area of the circle. Perimeter of the circle going to become 2 pi r. 2 pi r means 2 times of pi times of radius, which is 1 units, and 2 times of 1 is 2, and 2 pi units is the complete this distance or perimeter of the circle. By